Netflix, Spotify, Adobe, your gym, your cloud storage, that meditation app you used twice in January, that streaming service you forgot you signed up for, that other streaming service you definitely forgot you signed up for. Right now, the average person is paying for 12 subscriptions. Some are paying for over 20, and almost every single one of them has the same thought at least once a month. I hate this. Not the product, not the service, the subscription itself, the model. The idea that you never actually own anything anymore, you just rent access to your own life. And that feeling? It's not just frustration. It's a deep psychological response that companies are banking on you never understanding. Here's what's fascinating. Subscriptions have existed for centuries. Newspapers, magazines, milk delivery. Nobody had an emotional breakdown over their morning paper arriving every day. So why does the modern subscription model feel so fundamentally different? Why does paying $10 a month for something feel worse than paying $100 once, even when the math says it shouldn't? The answer is pure psychology, and it goes way deeper than you think. Reason number 5 is the one that made me genuinely angry when I researched it. Because it's not a bug in the system, it's a feature. Let's start with the most primal one. Humans have a deep, evolutionary need to own things. It's not greed, it's survival wiring. For hundreds of thousands of years, possession meant security. If you had food, tools, shelter, you survived. If you didn't, you were vulnerable. Psychologists call this endowment effect. Once you feel like something is yours, it becomes more valuable to you. You'd pay more to keep it than you would have paid to get it in the first place. It's irrational, but it's universal. Now here's what subscriptions do. They give you all the feelings of ownership, access, familiarity, personalization, without any of the actual ownership. Your Spotify library? Not yours. Your Adobe files need the software to open? You're renting the key to your own work. Your Kindle books? Amazon can technically remove them at any time. Your brain registers this as a threat. Not a big, dramatic one. A quiet, constant one. Like living in a house where someone else holds the deed. You're comfortable, but you're never truly secure. And that low-level unease? It builds, month after month, payment after payment. Until one day you look at your bank statement and something inside you snaps. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely describes something called the pain of paying. Every time you hand over money, a small part of your brain, the insula, the same region that processes physical pain, activates. You literally feel a microdose of discomfort with every transaction. Now, when you buy something once, you experience that pain once. It's sharp, but it's over. Your brain files it away and moves on. That's why spending $300 on a jacket feels fine after a week. The pain fades. The jacket stays. Subscriptions flip this completely. Instead of one sharp pain, you get a small recurring sting. Every month. Forever. Your brain never gets the chance to file it away because there's always another charge coming. And here's the part that makes it worse. Each individual charge is small enough that you can't justify canceling. $10? That's nothing. $15? Come on. That's less than lunch. But your brain isn't adding up the individual charges. It's accumulating the pain. It's feeling 12 tiny stings a month and registering one continuous shapeless discomfort that you can't quite explain. You don't hate any single subscription. You hate the feeling of bleeding money in slow motion. This one is about control, and it might be the most underestimated psychological driver of subscription hatred. Self-determination theory, one of the most well-supported frameworks in modern psychology, says that humans have 3 core psychological needs: competence, relatedness, and autonomy. That third one, autonomy, is the feeling that your actions are your own, that you're choosing, not being controlled. Subscriptions systematically undermine autonomy, and they do it so subtly you barely notice. First, the sign-up is easy, frictionless, one click, free trial, no commitment. But the cancellation? Suddenly you need to navigate a maze, call a number, chat with a retention agent, click through 4 screens of, "Are you sure?" Guilt trips. Some services literally hide the cancel button. This asymmetry, easy in, hard out, is called a Roche Motel design pattern, and your brain recognizes it for what it is, a trap. You chose to walk in, but now you're not sure you can walk out. And that loss of autonomy triggers a psychological response that's disproportionate to the actual cost. You're not angry about $10 a month. You're angry because you feel like you're being held hostage by convenience. Remember when Netflix was the only streaming service? You paid one price, you got everything, and it felt like the greatest deal in the history of entertainment. Now there's Netflix, Disney+, Hulu, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Paramount+, Peacock, Apple TV+, and that's before we even leave the living room. Add Spotify, YouTube Premium, a new subscription, a fitness app, a productivity tool, cloud storage, and suddenly your subscription list looks like a phone bill from 2005. Psychologist Barry Schwartz calls this the paradox of choice. More options should make you happier, but past a certain threshold, they don't. They make you more anxious, more regretful, and less satisfied with whatever you chose. And subscriptions amplify this to an extreme, because you're not just choosing once. You're choosing every month whether to keep choosing. Every payment is a micro decision. Do I still need this? Am I using it enough? Is there something better? That mental overhead is exhausting. The result is what researchers call subscription fatigue. Not because any single service is bad, but because the sheer volume of recurring commitments creates a cognitive weight that sits on you like a tax you never voted for. And now, the one I warned you about, the one that's not a bug, it's a feature. The subscription model doesn't just charge you for access, it's designed deliberately, systematically, to make you dependent. And once you're dependent, the question isn't, do I want this? The question becomes, can I afford to leave? Think about how it works. You store your files on their cloud. You build playlists with thousands of songs you'd lose. You create projects in their software that can't be opened anywhere else. You accumulate years of watch history, personalized recommendations, saved preferences, all locked inside their ecosystem. Economists call these switching costs, and subscription companies engineer them on purpose. The more of your life they absorb, the harder it becomes to leave, not because their product is irreplaceable, but because they've made leaving feel like losing a part of yourself. This is the same psychological mechanism that keeps people in bad relationships, the sunk cost fallacy. You've invested so much that walking away feels like waste, even when staying costs more. And the companies know this. Every personalized recommendation, every curated playlist, every "your memories from 3 years ago" notification, it's not a feature, it's an anchor. Designed to make the thought of canceling feel like losing something rather than saving something. So the next time you feel that wave of resentment when another subscription charge hits your account, know this: you're not being irrational. You're responding to a system that was designed to exploit the exact wiring of your brain. The ownership instinct, the pain of paying, the need for autonomy, the exhaustion of choice, the manufactured dependency. None of this is accidental. All of it is engineered. And the first step to taking back control is understanding exactly how you're being played. Tell me in the comments, what's the one subscription that frustrates you the most? And which one could you absolutely never cancel? I bet those answers reveal more about your psychology than you think. If this video made you see your bank statement a little differently, hit subscribe. We break down the hidden psychology behind everyday life every single week.